What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the bq.POV daily podcast, where I pretty much just document the journey through 75 Hard and the Live Hard program, starting my first business and developing the discipline, the resilience, and I guess all the other skills on a daily basis. So the purpose of this show is to break out of my comfort zone, get my voice out there, and I guess be okay with receiving criticisms of the world. It's also to document the day-to-day shenanigans of everything I'm doing in the context of personal development and business. So I recently completed 75 Hard, and that program changed my entire fucking life. And I realized that I was being a lazy bitch and not doing anything in life that made me happy or fulfilled or anything of the kind. So here I am doing something about it. So this show was a little bit different than really anything else out there at the moment. And I say that because I'm brand new and I have nothing going for me at the moment. I have an infinite amount of ambition, but nothing to show for it. I'm 26 years old and I am just trying to figure the shit out as I go. And I realized fairly recently that sitting back and drawing up the master playbook before executing is just simply not the best way to go about achieving all this shit. The best way to go about achieving all this shit is to get the reps in, get my hands dirty, get my feet wet, whatever. Get in there, get playing the game, and learn and develop as I go. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm on episode 25 of a podcast that has had 0 listeners up to this point. Not one person on planet Earth knows about this show except for me. And I'm going to keep it that way for the first 100 episodes. So the first 100 episodes here of the show are different. And they are for me getting, like I just barely said, getting comfortable with getting my voice out there and receiving the criticisms that others might have for me, whether that is good or bad. It's up to me to take it how it is, you know. Got to have the thick skin to take it all in. So the other purpose is to document everything, and then the final purpose is to serve as a reminder for myself and as well as others. So I'm doing the show for myself, but it serves as a reminder for not only me but for others that are starting the journey, to realize that I am just a guy. I'm just like you. I'm just working a 9-to-5 right now. I just want to do something big in life. I want to achieve my own massive success in this world. And I know the only way to do that is to stop being a bitch, get out there and start working hard, a lot harder than I think that is even required. So that's the point of the first 100 episodes, and the first 100 episodes also have some rules tied to them, and those rules are I can't tell anybody or suggest to anybody or hint to anybody that I have a podcast or that I'm recording a podcast or that I'm doing these daily shows. I'm not going to be telling any person about it until I have 100 episodes, and the thought process behind that is just so that I can put out my 100th episode, post it on Instagram, and that way it's perceived as though I've been doing this for a while. I know what I'm talking about, at least a little bit, to know to have 100 episodes. And I guess that's kind of for the perception I want to give off, but it's also to, honestly, the more I think about it and the more I try to analyze my own actions here, the more I realize, or the more that I am coming to the truth, I guess, that I'm doing that because I'm going to receive a lot less criticism, hold on, what am I trying to say? I'm going to receive a lot less, I guess, doubt and negative words. So I guess criticism, I don't know, of people saying, oh, you're starting a podcast. Oh, it sounds pretty shitty quality, man. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to talk about this. You have nothing to talk about. What are you going to, So that's kind of my way of avoiding all of that. And I guess I'm avoiding some growth in the process there, but I really just don't want to deal with all that bullshit. I just want to do my thing, be happy about it, and learn as I go. And so far, it's going perfectly to plan. I'm recording the shows in my car. I am breaking out of that comfort zone slowly but surely. There's a few things I need to overcome, such as recording in my house where other people can hear me, because I'm insecure as fuck about that at the moment. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty much winter time and I'm still hot as shit in my car. So I can't be doing this in the summer. So something's got to give here soon. So yeah. And I just don't want to have that bullshit of, hey man, so I listen to your podcast. I don't think it's that good. I think you got to blah, blah, blah. And fuck that. I'm good. I'll pass. I'll get to 100 episodes. And then when you get to 100 episodes, you can tell me how to change my shit. So until I get there, then, That's what I'm going to keep doing. So I've said this in previous episodes, but I think it would be so incredibly valuable if I could go back and listen to Andy Frisella or David Goggins or Joe Rogan or really anybody that's extremely successful in any realm of life, whether that's somebody who's massively successful in business and a big face of the entrepreneurship industry, if you want to call it that, such as Andy Frisella, or someone who just made a product that sells extremely well, like I don't know, somebody who invented the windshield wiper, just to get a inside look at their life and what they were thinking during the times that they had nothing and they were starting from nothing. I think it would be extremely valuable to sit there and read line by line what somebody was thinking before they had anything that they have now. So, for example, I talk a lot about Andy Frisella on this podcast. That's because he has really changed my entire life, and that's so corny to say, but he developed the 75 Hard Live Hard program. I completed that program almost a month ago. Actually, it is a month ago. Today's the 1 month anniversary of completing 75 Hard. That's fucking sick, dude. That's crazy. And I'm on day 21 of day 22 of phase 1 of Live Hard. And I completed that program, and it changed my entire life, as I said in the intro. It changed the way I look at things. It changed my perception of myself. It made me realize that I have been a lazy motherfucker pretty much my whole life, and it took me completing this program with the purest intent, with a clear conscience, to know that I have been living like nowhere near my fullest potential. And even now, I still don't feel like I'm living. I'm feeling like I'm living a lot closer to my highest potential, but I don't think I'm as close as I could be. And I guess it's all up to me to make that happen. So I talk a lot about him on the show, and I just think it would be incredibly valuable to see on paper or in audio form his insecure self before he started anything. So he started painting stripes on in parking lots to get money to fund his first business. And I think it would be incredibly valuable to listen, to hear what's going through his head, his doubts, his aha moments that he's discovering along the way. And that is pretty much the reason why I'm documenting everything now. I have absolutely nothing going on right now. I'm just working 2 jobs, and actually for the remainder of the 2023 year, today is November 12th, I only have, oh shit, you know what? Today's the 13th, so yesterday was my 1 month anniversary. So for the remainder of this year, so I guess almost 2 full months, I have 2 days off for the rest of the year, and that is on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Every other day I work my 9 to 5, which is Hill Air Force Base in Utah, and then FedEx Ground in Utah as well, obviously. And so I'll be working every single day except those 2 days. And I take pride in saying that shit because I know it's difficult, and I know it's difficult for people to even muster up the courage to do 1 fucking job, bro. But here I am doing 2, and I don't even have to. I don't have to be doing, nice fucking English, dude. I don't have to do any of this extra work or whatever. I got a pretty cush job up here on base, and it's nice. But I want more money because I want to do more things and get out of debt and put it towards business and whatever else. So that's the reason why I'm working 2 jobs. And I take pride in that, and I love it. I actually look forward to it. So with all that being said, I have big dreams and big ambition to achieve a lot in this world, and associating with people who don't have that is not going to do me any favors. On a regular basis, I should say. There's nothing wrong with having friends that have different ideas and stuff, but I want to go somewhere far, far away, and a lot of the people that I know and love now don't have that same goal, and that's okay, but I am not that strong, and I can't bring that many people with me to the far, far away land of my personal success and my ultimate dream and goals and shit. So, and that's what this episode is going to entail a little bit, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to actually continue on from yesterday a little bit on my first product idea and the thoughts that I've been having and kind of where I'm at with it all. And so with that being said, here we go. So going on from yesterday with the whole mentality of where I'm starting. So if you haven't listened to the episode from yesterday, it was my first product idea. My mentality this early on was starting. Listen to that first. That would make more sense as to what I'm about to say today. So another thought that I have with everything is I don't really have anything to lose. I'm living at my uncle's right now. I am very blessed to pay zero rent. And so I'm able to bank a lot of cash. And that cash has been planned out to get me out of debt so that when I move out early next year, 2024, I will be debt free and have my own place and yada, yada, yada. And that's the goal. But the more and more that I'm learning about business and kind of how I can allocate my funds towards beginning my future self and everything, that sounds a lot more appealing because, so what do I have to lose? So if I save up two more months worth of salary, I'll have, I guess, $5,000 in the bank. And so if I have $5,000 in the bank, I could make my first order of my product, which is a pre-workout supplement. And assuming that that's what I do, or if I even wait, or if I save up for an additional 2 months, so that would be November, December, and January, February. So March 1st, I would be able to afford a much more optimal, order quantity, depending on, there's so many variables up in the air that I have no idea about, and I have still so much to learn. But again, this is the purpose of me recording the show right now, is to document what's in my brain, how I'm going about thinking about it. And so you, the person who's listening to this 3 years from now, can understand where I was at, what I was thinking, and how I was thinking, and then how the results are how they actually turn out. So if I say I think it's going to be this, this, and that, but it actually turns out to be that, and this, then hey, maybe it's not what you thought after all, whatever. So let's just provide that insight and that value there for somebody who's curious and wants to know how I started. After all, that is the entire purpose of this show right now. I'm sure I'm going to reach a point where things change and I start recording a different type of podcast, but the more I go about doing this, I'm just going to stick with this. And episode 100 is still going to be the one where I start doing things different, I guess you could say. And I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what I even mean by when I say that. So anyway, so I have nothing to lose, right? The worst that happens is I go another 4 months and I put all that money into buying 500 of my first product. And then what? I have 500 of my first product to sell. So that means I have 500 products that I have 500 reps in the tank for me to execute on, for me to sell. That's 500 packaging, or that's 500 putting the supplement in the box and packaging it up and shipping it out. There's 500 putting the label, sticking on. There's 500 inspecting the supplement. There's 500 customer interactions. There's 500 handwritten notes. There's 500, that's a shit ton of reps, man. And I want those reps. So what do I have to lose? Just money? All I have to lose is money, Okay, well, I'm in. And I'm in a position where I can take that $5,000 or up to $10,000 later on. And if I have the luxury right now of saving and working almost 60 hours a week right now to put that extra away to fund my business. And if I didn't, I honestly would probably be getting some sort of loan or something, or be paying off all my shit as I go. If I had to pay rent at a normal price, we'll just say $1,300. So I would be profiting about $300, $400 per month. And so it would take me a little bit longer, right? So I'm afforded that luxury of it being hot as fuck in my car. God damn it, dude. So I'm afforded that luxury of being able to save that money and put it towards business or get out of debt or whatever. And not a lot of people have that, and I'm fully aware of that. But this is the hand I was dealt here, so I'm going to take advantage of it while it's here. And I've had a lot of opportunities in life to take advantage of something similar like this, but I never acted on them. So go back and listen to episode whatever, Red Car Theory. I think that was episode 19. And yeah, opportunities all around us. So here I am. Also, you could humble yourself and sell your car, get a cheaper one. Go move in with your mom or dad or your uncle or your brother or friend or whatever and split rent. You could do a lot of things. And that's probably what I would do. If I had to, I probably would bite the bullet now and go live with somebody or go on Facebook and find some people to rent with or something like that. Knowing now what I know, I would definitely do that. It's easier said than done, for sure. But, well, actually, not really. All you got to do is just, say, hey, I'm looking for a roommate, and then you go get a roommate. And then from there, I don't know. So all I have to lose is money. And I'm not necessarily worried about that because I truly believe in myself so much that I don't think that I'm just going to buy 500 products and then never sell any of them. Because if I'm going to buy 500, to make all my money back, I would only need to sell 275. And that's a little bit less than half, or a little bit more than half of the product. So I sell half the product and I get my money back, and then everything after that is profit in that sense, That profit would be going back into the business. But yeah, that's kind of how my thoughts are going right there. And so I'm going to break this down real quick. So here's my thought process of the product. So I'm still sticking with the pre-workout, and I think that will be my first product. I'm still learning and trying to figure things out, or, it could be not my first product, but I know the most about fitness and supplementation. I know the most about these ingredients, and I enjoy everything to do with the creative aspect. So if I could film videos, film people taking the supplement, take photos, edit, I love that shit. And I know those aren't necessarily money-making processes of the business. What makes the money is selling the product and getting it out in front of people. But the creative aspect is something that I fuck with heavily. I love the photo and the video and making shit look nice. And so that right there is exciting enough for me to want to get into it. So here's the thought process about dropping the minimum order quantity, which is 144. And I talked about the breakdown yesterday a little bit, but if I drop $3,800 and versus the 11,000 I need to sell, so I've already talked about this, I need to sell half the stock to make 500 to make my money back. And then I could place another order with still approximately 225 products in stock. And then while I sell the remainder 225 at maybe 8 to 12 units a day, at that point, that would take 18 to 28 days. So about 3 weeks of lead time for the new shipment to come in. That new shipment would be arriving within the weeks. So I'd probably be out of stock for 2 to 6 weeks, depending on the lead time it takes to get that second order in. And that second order would be of 500 as well. So by the time I get the second one, I would be maybe out of stock for 2 to 6 weeks. And then I would have the profits from the 225 as well as the potential profit from the new batch of 500. So then I have to sell only 450 of the new batch to make the total amount of money that would be needed for a third batch. So I would have 450 on hand as I place my third order. And this is a lot of math, but I wrote it all down and it makes sense, I promise. But so I'd have 450 supplements or 450 units to sell by the time my third batch got in with another 500. So, and then that cycle would repeat on 500. And I can order more, but I'm just doing kind of some basic math here, or the basic minimum order quantities with the prices that they gave me and the quotes that they gave me. And so by the time I got the fourth one in there, I would have essentially 2 batches worth of profits or worth of revenue to then order again. And so at that fourth batch, I would be able to put in 1,000 order quantity. And that would probably raise my margins by $1 or $2. And then thus begins the growth where I'm able to, so I'll have 1,000 products, right? And let's say at that point, I'm doing 25 units a day. So 1,000 divided by 25, 25 would be, 40? So I would have 6 weeks. What is that? Why can't I do that math in my head, but I can do everything else? So 6 weeks, almost 6 weeks of lead time to get that fifth batch or the sixth batch or whatever. And so at that point, that's when I would be able to stay in stock and keep up with the demand of 25 and beyond. But that's only if I put $11,000 down to start. Now, if I don't put $11,000 down to start, that elongates everything I just said by weeks and even months. Months for sure. So if I start with 11K, it's going to take me 4 batches to get to that sustainable part where I have shit coming in and I have product on the way, or going out and I have product on the way. But if I start with 3.8, that's almost tripling the amount of time that would take, But that's a minimum order quantity, and that would be, that's kind of where I'm at with that. So rinse and repeat until I have a good amount of sales per day, and that would be the process, and that's what I would be doing. So, and that doesn't sound bad at all. That sounds like it'd be stressful, and it sounds like it's a lot of work, and it sounds like it's a lot of grinding. But dude, that's kind of what I'm after right now. So another note I wrote here is it will work. If it doesn't, then I'll make it work. I have no problem dedicating my time to this, provided I have the finances. And based on everything I just said, I will. Because I'm grinding and working every day, 2 days off the rest of the year, dude. And I have no problem with that. And so not to mention with all of that, I would have my income from my jobs to fund the project as well. So even if I had something happened and I didn't make a sale for 2 months, you know, I'm still bringing in the additional $3,000 of income that I can dedicate towards the business. So the $3,000 worth of income is equivalent to about 60 units sold. Is that right? That can't be right. Yeah, that is right. Or no, it's not. What the fuck? Why can't I, dude? It'll be 75. Yeah, 75. So that is equivalent to 75 units sold. And if I do more math on that shit, 75 divided by, would be, I guess we'll just do 60 for 2 months. So that's, you know, one a day. So even if I had a completely fucking shitty 2 months, I'm still making the money as if I would sell one product a day. And I am definitely going to sell one product a day. I'm going to sell at least 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. And so that's enough reassurance for me. And I don't know these things. I don't know that I'm going to make these sales. I don't know. But dude, I have nothing else going in my life. I've cut out all distractions. And this is an important point here that I want to make here. Where did I write it down here? So it might be a very, very slow start for me in doing all this shit. It might take a year or even 2 to get to that, you know, 4th or 5th batch or whatever. But dude, I got nothing else going right now. I've cut out all distractions in my life, virtually all distractions. I don't have social media. I'm not talking to girls. I don't have friends. I don't have people inviting me to do shit every day. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. I don't got shit going on. And I like that because you know how much freedom that gives me? And so, dude, that gives me such an advantage in this that for me right now with the desire to even do this is a no-brainer. I'm going to reiterate because I really mean this. I have no interest in women at the moment unless they have the same goals as me and want to be big in life and want to do some crazy shit in life and are going to be okay if I don't see them every fucking day. Because, dude, goddamn, fuck the clingy shit. So, no interest in women or dating or anything like that. No interest in making friends unless they are on the same path as me with massive ambition, you know. And I guess I'll never know because I don't really associate with people much anyway. So I guess I'll never know about that. No desire for women, no friends. I love my family to death, but you know, a lot of the shit that we do, it's great and fun, but I'd rather take the time now and invest in my future, take the next 10 years to work my ass off, and then when those 10 years are up, then I can do insanely crazy stuff for everybody, like everybody, pay for everybody's flight and trips and everything. We'll all go to Disney World together. We'll all go to some tropical island or something like that and give them all experiences that they never would have gotten if it weren't for me and working my ass off. So I guess sacrificing the first 10 years of all these birthdays and activities and fun things so that later on in life we can go and enjoy life at a bigger, greater scale with everybody there. And everybody is taken care of and everybody's happy and having a good time. And, of course, by saying that, I'm saying I'm missing out on certain key aspects and childhood moments of cousins and family or whatever. But I guess there's a price you got to pay, and I'm willing to pay that. And I say that now, but I'm willing to pay that. So we'll see if that matches when shit gets tough. But the 75 Hard program has taught me that even if shit gets tough, you have to push through. And then when you do push through, it is always 1,000 times better at the end. And that pretty much sums up the program. But it's a very, very slow start. Even if it is a very slow start, it is what it is. But I don't really have a desire to do anything else in life. I'm not going back to college, bro. Fuck that. I'm technically a dropout. I just said, nah, I'm good. I'll pass on this shit. So I don't have really any other desire to, dude, the thought, a lot of the shit in the corporate world doesn't match up in my head for most companies, right? The one that I'm in right now, okay, so I'll start with FedEx. I'm never going to make more money being a FedEx driver here. I'm never going to advance further unless I choose to become a manager. But the purpose of me having FedEx is just a part-time job to supplement my income, to work the 6 hours on the weekends. I don't want to be a manager and have to work 10 hours on the weekends and then add an additional 12 hours to not my business and my personal development for, $5 more an hour. So I'm pretty much maxed out with FedEx right now. I could go work for another contractor that pays more, but I got it groovy right now. I got it easy. I'm not going to lie. I got a nice residential route, lots of porta potties on the route, and my house is on the route. It's great. And can't really beat that, And as far as Hill Air Force Base, there's plenty of room for growth. There's plenty of room for everything going up and up and up. But even the highest of the highest of the max of the max, without a degree, I think that's high six figures, or high, I guess 180,000. I could be so wrong on that. Kevin or Jake, if you listen to this, don't quote or correct me here, but I got no fucking idea. But to me, so okay, this is gonna sound fucked, but to me, because I don't even make a quarter of this, right? Or I guess I make a third. So I make a third of 180 grand right now per year. The thought of making 180 grand per year, but dealing with all the bullshit that comes with the corporate world and the government job and all that doesn't sound enticing enough. And yes, I would love 180 grand a year. But how about I make 18 million a year and run my own shit? It sounds a lot better to me. So that's the thought process with that. I don't think that's conceited. I don't think that's arrogant. I think that's me realizing that is a safe life path to take. A lot of people do take that because it's guaranteed. If you just come to work, show up, put your work in, apply where is needed, and you get the position, you move up, then you'll get the more money, you'll get, and that's fine. A lot of people take that route, and I'm not shitting on anybody who does, because my uncle took that route, he's taking that route now, it's afforded me the luxury that I have. And it's afforded a lot of people the luxury they have. They're very giving people, my family that I live with. And they never talk about it. My uncle's only mentioned it once. I'm not going to share anything. It's not my thing to share. But they're very, very giving and gracious people. And I love that. And I would love to be able to do that for myself and my family and do it on a bigger scale as well. So, I don't have much else going on in life. I kind of have kept it that way. I'm actually going to move on from that shit. But I'm just hyped to get some reps in with running an actual business. Because I know I'm going to get punched in my dick a lot. And I know I'm going to learn a lot of shit the hard way. And I know I'm going to lose a lot of money to start. And I know I'm going to learn things the hard way a lot because I'm brand new. But that is so exciting that I will have this thing going on in my life that I'm working for and working towards, and that I can be proud of, and that it's all me at the end of the day for now, until I get a team going and my car cools the fuck off. God damn, dude, it gets so hot in here. Dude, it's mid-fall. Come on, let's get some colder weather. It's 52 degrees and it's November. I guess be careful what you wish for, huh? But no, I'm hyped to get into business, get real shit going, sell physical products, ship to real people who are going to give me real reviews and real opinions on their experience on my shit. That sounds fucking awesome. And that sounds awesome to me because I don't have the desire to go make friends and go drink every weekend and go to this or go to that. Of course I want to go to some concerts and have a good time, but I want to do some shit in life, man, and that's the way I'm choosing to live my life. And not a lot of people desire that for themselves as well. So I guess it's kind of a blessing, I don't have to worry about what other people are doing in that regard. Nobody has that desire. So for one, nobody understands, and two, nobody understands, so I'm going to do my own thing. And so I'm just excited to get some shit going. And I can say that confidently, even if I lost 11 grand doing all of this, getting the product out there, and maybe it flops and it's a shitty product, or it tastes like ass, or maybe get sued because they found duck feathers and hair and piss or something. I don't know, bro. This is not good for the brand, but, I'm just hypothetically saying, if all that happened and something went down, there goes 11 grand. And then what? Nothing. I'm just in 11 grand more debt, and I got to pay that back. Dude, life is short, man. Who gives a fuck? I'll pay that back, and if it takes a year, then it takes another year. But, dude, too young to not risk, Like, people say, oh, it's risky. Dude, you know what's risky is doing the same shit every day with no, I guess, desire for growth, I don't know. It's risky to not do the shit, man. That's just what I think. Just reframing everything. All right, let's see. Going on here. So I already talked about this, but I'm going to hit it again. But I'm really hyped to make the design and the logo, and do the logo and the video promotion, and then edit the photos. And I'm hyped to make a social media page about the product and everything like that. Message people, send the product for free to people, get their feedback, hope that they post it on their pages, and I get some clicks and stuff. That's fucking sick to me, dude. The thought of not only gifting my product to people to try and experiment with, but then the thought that they might post it because they like it so much, and then I get maybe 10 to 1,000 more people looking at my shit. One, I'm giving away my product for free to somebody who I think could use it. And I guess it's kind of backwards, because I would hope that they post it and I get views. But at face value, I'm giving away something for free because I think it would help somebody. And then also, I'm getting impressions and views on my shit and more exposure. And that's a win-win. That's fucking awesome, dude. I would love to just do daily giveaways, I love to give shit away, man. I love to make people happy and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm hyped to make the design and the logo and the video and all that shit that comes with it. I've been watching a few videos on people who have taken the route that I want to take, and they say, oh, you got to pay this for a video, you got to pay this for photo, you got to pay this for logo design. And yeah, dude, I mean, you can do that, but I like to do that shit, and so I will be doing that shit myself, and I'll be making everything myself, I think anyway, because I enjoy that, and that's fun for me. And while that may slow down the results that I get, I can take full pride in the fact that this product is 1,000% me. I formulated it, I designed the logo, I designed the branding, I designed the packaging, I packaged it with my hands, I put the label on it's all me. And I take pride in that shit, dude. That's fucking awesome. And, I mean, even just being in Photoshop and putting shit, moving things around, or being in Premiere and making videos and shit like that, that's fun for me. I love that stuff. So a lot of this shit is creative, and a lot of this shit is visionary, and a lot of this shit is the actual Bob the Builder shit. So I'm excited to learn the Bob the Builder shit, because as far as everything else goes, I've got that down a little bit. So that being said, as soon as I complete phase 1 of the Live Hard program, which will be November 22nd, I think I'll wake up and I'll be completed. So technically it's November 21st that I finish the program at midnight, or whenever I go to bed. But the day doesn't end until you go to sleep. So you can't you can't do the program. So for example, if I start the program on January 1st, technically I complete the program on the 30th, but I have to wake up on the 31st for it to be completed, because that would be day 31, right? So November 22nd, that's the day that I wake up and I completed the program. So plan is to start developing everything as soon as phase 1 comes to an end, because I can't make the time at the moment to do this. So I'd love to, because I fucking want to go home and get on Photoshop and start designing, and get on Excel and start forecasting expenses and funds and projections and all that shit, because I love that stuff, dude. I love that stuff. It's so fun for me to get on there and just make useless calculators and make useless projections and graphs and shit. I don't know what it is, dude. The formulas and the math, I love that shit. It's so exciting for me. And maybe that's one of my strongest suits, and maybe an advantage that I have starting out, is I love that shit, dude. So I have a lot of tools under my belt now but I wasn't just born with them. I've done videography for a couple years. I've done graphic design and photo editing forever. It's just always been something I've been interested in. I made videos when I was a kid, and I do them now with videography. That shit's exciting for me. And I learned Excel because I had an online coach, a fitness coach who was coaching me, and he was posting on his story about this super advanced calculator with macros and all this different shit. And he posted an Excel screenshot. And at the time, I didn't even know what Excel was, really. And he said that he was selling that calculator for a coaching package, or I think it was $600. And I was like, $600 for a fucking calculator? Bro, what do we got here? And so all I did was look at the screenshot that he posted, and I analyzed what the inputs were and then what the outputs were, figured out the formula and the math for that, which ended up being pretty simple math, and then just making my own. And then that's when I learned about Excel, and that's when I learned that you could do all this crazy shit, and that's how I got my feet wet with that. The rest is history. So I'm a fucking nerd when it comes to that shit, so I am hyped to get started on that. Right now, I would love to whip up my laptop and start making projections and ifs and wins and just different scenarios. That's literally what I've done with my finances. So I have about 10 different scenarios financially. If I pay this off and then do this, or if I pay both of these off and then do this, or if my rent is lowered by this much and I pay these 5 things. I have scenarios for everything, and I have a forecast up until 2025 of my finances, just so that I'm aware of what's going in, what's coming out, and where I'll be financially literally on any given day up until 2025. And so yeah, needless to say, I'm fucking hyped. But so now when I'm done with the show, I have to run home, do my outdoor workout, ice plunge, cold shower. Then I have to eat a shit ton of calories, and I have to drink my gallon of water. Then I got to read. Then I got to do my visualization. Then I got to stretch. Then I got to write 2 pages. And then I have to, I think one more thing. I can't remember. And then I got to go to bed. And yesterday I went to bed at 7:30, and I feel fucking fantastic today. I performed well in the gym. I wasn't that tired at work today. I was great because I went to bed on time. And that is so fucking key, dude. So I got to get that streak going to finish the program off and get the perfect week, I guess, in the program where I'm going to bed at a reasonable time. So because of all that, I can't make the time right now to put extra into developing the product. And yeah, so phase 1. So the whole point of the Live Hard program, obviously, is to get me mentally hardened, disciplined, build the resilience, the fortitude, the grit, everything that Andy Frisella talks about. And it's doing that, and it has done that. 75 Hard did that for sure. Phase 1 is doing that on the next level for me now. Because like I said, I get off work, I have to go home, and I'm doing my shit for the rest of the day. It's consumed my life, and I have no problem with that because I've cut out all distractions, and my desire in my life is to better myself and my future and doing these things that push me there. And if that means I don't have friends, or that means then so be it, man. But this is the life path that I'm choosing, and it's the life path that I have been awakened to due to me being so fucking lazy my whole life and then completing the 75 Hard mental toughness program. So literally all kudos to Andy for making the program. One day I'm going to be on his show. One day we're going to talk, and one day it's going to be one day I'm going to be on his podcast about the 75 Hard versus, and I'm going to be sharing the success I've had with starting my own business, how it put me there and where I'm at. And it'll be a great fucking day because I'm going to come back and listen to episode 25 and think, holy shit, everything I said came true, just because I'm working my ass off. So, all that being said, I would love to go home and start doing that shit today, but I can't make the time at the moment. I can barely make the time to take a piss and eat, so that's what I got going on. So that sums up pretty much all the points I wanted to hit today. And so right there, I'm going to go ahead and end the show and head the fuck home and get the rest of my stuff done. So, guys, thank you so much for listening. Like I said, all episodes under 100 are going to be unpromoted. Nobody's going to know a single thing about me or what I'm doing with the show. Nobody knows I'm recording the show. And I'm going to keep it that way until I reach episode 100. After 100, I'm going to promote it and get some feedback and move forward and see who listens and who takes interest and what people who do have interest have to say, or if I'm helping anybody, or we'll go from there. I do have plans. I guess I want to run ads on the show, have some income there, because that money from the ads would fund the business that I am trying to create. So I have no plans on taking any money out of the business, really, at all. To me, that sounds like I'm slowing down my progress immensely just for the sake of, I don't know. I'm not a materialistic guy, but I do want a lot of materialistic things, a Lamborghini being one of them, a nice home being another, shit like that, you know. But I'm a really simple guy. I'm going to tell one more story real quick and I'm going to end the show. But in Arizona, and I might have already told this before, but in Arizona, and it's hot in my car, in Arizona, I didn't have much going on, period. I was going to work, coming home, and sitting there, and I just went through this little tiny phase, lasted about a month or two, of loving puzzles. And so I did like 6 puzzles in a month or two, and I didn't have a table, never owned a table in my life, never owned chairs for it, never owned that shit. But what I did was I went to Fry's or Smith's or Kroger, King Soopers, wherever you are, and I went and got some banana boxes, and then I went and bought some foldable cardboard presentation paper shit, and then I just made my own table. And if anybody's wondering what that would look like, I've got photos, so just send me a DM on Instagram. And yeah, it was literally just a foldable cardboard layout thing on top of banana boxes, and that was my table. And that was fun as fuck for me. So the reason I say that is because I don't need much, man, to make me happy. All I need is a couple cardboard boxes and a puzzle, and I'm fucking set. I'm very simple, but that doesn't mean I want some nice shit. So the reason why I say all of that is because I'm not going to take the money out of the business unless I absolutely 1,000% have to, but I can't foresee why I would need to do that. So money staying in the business is going back, and I'm going to make the biggest, best shit until I can buy 10 Lambos in full and still have, $1 million in the bank. So, dude, who fucking knows? I say all this now, but I want a Lamborghini so bad. I wouldn't be surprised if when I have $1 million in the bank, I just go and get a Lambo and, dude, I don't know. What's a Lambo gonna do for me though? I'm gonna have a Lamborghini and then what? So, I'm already desiring bigger than this Lamborghini that I don't even have yet. So I guess that's, I don't know, man. There's a lot of thought process, or a lot of thought. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. All right, guys, that's the show. That was episode 25. Do me a favor, leave me a review on this show if you listen to this. Let me know your honest thoughts. I would highly appreciate a 5-star review, but if it didn't earn a 5-star review, I would actually like you to message me and tell me why that is and how I can improve before you leave a review that is less than 5 stars. Because I like the opportunity to improve before you cement a review that is less than perfect, which is a 5-star. So that being said, please go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram. It's BRQUSE. And let me know how I can improve, what you like, what you don't like, and so I can take that and move forward with it. Or if you're being a fucking dick about it, I'll ignore it. So, but all that to say, or all that, just, okay, I guess don't know how to speak anymore. So that's the show, guys. Thanks so much for listening. And I'll see you tomorrow for episode 26, where I talk about, I'm not fucking sure. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.